Hello, I'm Gabriel from Tribe 3 Productions here at AnimeMagic at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. What is Tribe 3 Productions, you ask? Well, it is a media company that has taken the convention scene by storm. There's a lot of content that will be coming your way, so be sure to follow us, because you never know what you're going to find. You might find something to your liking. As for what I'm doing here, I'm going to be conducting interviews on some cosplayers and vendors, so let's see who we find. Let's get to it. I am here with a Genshin Impact cosplayer. This would be Kaya. And what would your name be?
I'm Carter. You can also find me as Star Cosplays 1 on Instagram.
Very good, very good. I like what you got going on there. Did you make this yourself?
I did. I mostly use EVA foam with a little bit of support inside with bamboo stick.
You know, that's pretty impressive because when you think about the crap that goes into cosplaying, and especially when you're doing props, like it's such an intricate art. And like, how long have you been, crafting your own props?
Well, actually, I'm pretty new to this. I started my first prop back in May with ASEN, and this is, I think, only like my second real sword prop that I've made.
Well, it's pretty impressive. I love the detail. I like the paint and everything. Like, it looks like really satisfying, and like the material and everything. That's pretty cool. So, and I'm assuming that this is your favorite character to cosplay as, one of your favorites?
Yeah, this is my first time cosplaying Kaya, and it's been really fun so far. I've always wanted to cosplay him, so yeah.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. And what have you been enjoying the most about AnimeMagic so far?
Well, for it being a smaller convention, I do like that there's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of good setups for photo shoots or for meetups, and a lot of good offerings in the dealer hall as well, especially the Itasha Car Alliance. There's a lot of cool stuff with a lot of those cars are very cool to look at. So I just really like all of the stuff overall that they've had to offer.
That's really awesome, and I agree, like for being one of the smaller cons, like it's rapidly growing, and this is like their third year, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's their third year. This is my first year going.
Mine as well, mine as well. Well, this is pretty awesome. This is pretty awesome. It's been so nice talking to you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the con.
All right, thank you.
And here I am with
Sapphire Rose Cosplay.
All right, all right. So how are you enjoying yourself today?
I am having an absolute blast. It's been really nice just doing panels, catching up with a bunch of friends I've seen here, and just going around and seeing what everyone else is like cosplaying as and stuff similar to that.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, especially when it comes to finding characters that you normally don't see often, because there are a lot of niche characters that you don't get to see that you're like, wow, you're cosplaying this character. So what would you say is like your favorite part of the con-going experience?
My favorite part is like seeing friends that I don't normally see outside of cons. It's really fun seeing them and getting to chat and hang out with them. And it's always a ton of fun just seeing what kind of shenanigans we can get away with.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. It's just like creating memories and just like having a blast and just having a weekend to get away from it all. It's always just such a great experience.
Yes, about the getting away from stuff part. Can very much agree.
Definitely, definitely. So what have you been enjoying the most about AnimeMagic so far? Is this your first time attending this convention?
This is my first time at AnimeMagic. I've noticed that I prefer smaller cons because there's always more of a chill vibe, and I tend to see people I know more frequently, and like with bigger cons it feels a lot more like, oh, I gotta do everything. This not so much. So it's like easier for my mind to handle because people are overwhelming sometimes.
Yes, yes, that is very true. And speaking of that, like comparing AnimeMagic, which is a smaller con, to C2E2, which is also currently going on, which is a bigger con, like how do you think it's been for people that have been to both and they find it hard to choose what convention to go to?
I was that person when C2 and Magic were announced at the same time. I decided to commit to Magic because it was new and something I have not done, versus C2, which I have done multiple times, and I have definitely found myself enjoying this con more, but it's all just a matter of preference on what kind of cons you like. It's like, do you want like more of a bigger one with like more like special guests and more vendors and more artists, or I personally am more of a fan of like the smaller cons with more of a focus on panels and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's totally fair. That's a very good and valid argument, especially when it comes to all the different things that you can do at these conventions. But definitely, you definitely get a different vibe. This is my first AnimeMagic 2, and it's also the same process about, you know, I've been to C2 3 times, but I haven't been to AnimeMagic before. So this was like my first time. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try this out. Who did you hear about AnimeMagic from?
I heard about AnimeMagic from some friends at college, and basically, it was, I don't fully remember how the whole conversation necessarily went down, but it was like at a club meeting, and they were kind of like bringing up conventions to go to like in the summer and stuff, and this one was talked about a fair bit because they really enjoyed this one, and I am understanding why. I love it.
Same here, and the fact that it's in the summertime is perfect. So would you recommend AnimeMagic to anyone that's never been to it before?
I would definitely recommend it as like a good starter con, I feel like, because at the state that it's at now, because I know it's been growing, it's definitely like, it's not overwhelming, and it's pretty easy to do in a day. Like, I have a fair amount of friends, like from high school, actually at C2 right now, and my friend who is an experienced con goer with them is like, Abby, this is too big of a convention for them. So I was like, take them to Magic, come hang out with me, and they didn't do that, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, it probably would have been, I would recommend this to someone who has not been to a con before, and I've met a couple people already who this is their first like anime convention, and they are really enjoying it as that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. And well, you know, again, let us know where we can find you on your socials.
I am at Sapphire Rose Cosplay, underscores in between each words on Instagram and TikTok.
And here I am with
Sayori.
All right. So then, it looks like you're having a fantastic time. How are you doing today?
So far, I'm doing very well. Witnessed a couple cosplay shenanigans by a certain someone. God, that was funny. But overall, I'm doing good.
Very good, very good. So, like, what have you been doing? What have you been up to today? Like, what's been the thing that you've been enjoying most today of AnimeMagic?
As of today, mostly just walking around, hanging out with my peeps, and I had gone to one panel, and yeah, I'm just mostly walking around.
Gotta get in that exercise, am I right?
Exactly. I consider it a workout.
There you go. And speaking of peeps, would you like to tell me the story behind this little ducky right here?
So this duck right here, it was a gift from my nephews, and I had it ever since. And when it came for me to do my first con last year, I thought maybe I should bring the dog for comfort, and I'm like, yeah, this is probably going to be a thing from now on at conventions.
Yeah, that's perfect because it's something that identifies you as a cosplayer. It's like not only because of the cosplays that you do, but it's like, oh hey, it's Sakura with the little ducky.
Exactly. So like people can spot me more easier with the duck.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And not only that, I bet that you can also be able to get the duck into cosplay.
Yes, just yesterday, I was cosplaying as Nami from One Piece, and I had made a little chopper hat for my dog. It's adorable. Several people loved it, you know.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic because, you know, not only do you get to bring the creativity on your cosplay, you get to add your own personal touch to the ducky.
Exactly. I mean, I figured it was time for my duck to start matching me, so why not start with One Piece?
Of course, that is fantastic. And speaking of cosplaying, what is your favorite part about cosplaying?
Expressing my creativity and dressing up as my favorite characters.
That is very true because you get to bring out the characters that you love to life, and not only it's because you love the character, but you get to really make other people feel these emotions growing up with these characters.
That is true. I mean, I've loved a lot of characters since I was a kid, and it's just amazing just to bring them to life now as a young adult, you know? It's amazing.
Yeah, and who would think that at our age, we would be just like rocking out, having a blast, playing dress up and pretending to be our favorite characters, am I right?
It's as if we were kids again, you know? Like dressing up when we were kids, but now actually putting in some effort.
Yes, we have the money to do so now.
Exactly. I mean, we're getting there, so.
Well, thank you so much. So tell us where we can find you on your socials.
Well, on my Instagram, it's at Sakura_Fatima_cos. That's my Instagram handle.
Hi, I'm Little Evie Cosplay. You could call me Evie.
There we go, Evie, Evie. So then, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm enjoying the con. It's probably my favorite so far.
Yes, so like speaking of it being your favorite so far, like what's the thing you love most about AnimeMagic? Because you've been to it before then.
Oh yeah, I went to it the second year when it was at the Crown and the unfortunate accident, but this year is amazing. Like they have so much more artists and it makes me so happy. There's so much more engagement too compared to like, not to be mean, I love ASIN, but there wasn't as much engagement with people. I love that on their social media that they show like when there's little side, I'm gonna call them side quests, but there's many side quests that everybody's doing on their own, and then they have everything right there. Main events is nearby. It's just such great atmosphere too.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And then like, and that's pretty impressive too, because engagement is really important when it comes to interacting with the audience. And would you say then that AnimeMagic is successful in this?
Oh yeah, very successful. I mean, I was just at their booth. I bought their trading cards last year for their mascots. I can't wait to find the second wave of them. They're so cute, I love it.
And do you see AnimeMagic growing to become as big as ASIN, or maybe perhaps even more so?
Oh, you bet on it. Like, I'm praying, like, for them, I know I'm not a part of it. I know I have no stake in this, but I want next year to be downstairs in the bigger booth and probably even take the place where ASIN usually is. It's such a great place.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And just the fact that they've been able to expand their venue is just a huge boost to the convention in and of itself, because, you know, it's definitely a much wider space.
Oh yes, they actually started in Schaumburg in a tiny hotel, then they went to a tinier hotel at the Crown Plaza, sorry, and now they're here in the convention center, which is really amazing. They got to have more cars this year, more vendors, more fan engagement. The game room is twice as big as last year. That's what I loved about it. Everything's twice as big, and I hope it keeps going twice as much.
Well, there we go, there we go, there we have it. And so, obviously with being in cosplay, so what's your favorite thing about cosplaying?
I like that I can't be myself for a minute, but at the same time I am, because please don't judge me, I'm very shy, but when I wear this I feel a lot more confident, I'm more bubbly. If I get out of this, I might go back to my shy little persona, which I always am, but it's nice to be myself without being myself. The way it gives me power.
There we go, empowerment, that is the key. The empowerment of being able to represent characters that you grew up with and being able to own those characters, even if only for a moment.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I love seeing your cosplay, especially seeing people and characters you love and idolize is just amazing. I get a chance to hug my son character, Inosuke, right here, or I could hug a Pikachu. How many times in your life can you actually do that without paying a buttload of money to like go to Disney or something?
Very true, very true. Well, thank you so much. So once again, just let us know where we can be able to reach you on social.
Oh, you could reach me on, what is it, Instagram at Little Evie Cosplay. It's Evie, Little EVIE Cosplay, or Little Cos Evie. Once again, LIL Evie, EVIE, Cos, COS. I'm sorry, it's very long. And those are my handles. Please give me a follow. I'll give you one too.
And here I am with
Spawn.
Spawn, the mighty anti-hero. So then, what are you doing here at AnimeMagic? How are you enjoying yourself so far?
Well, it's my second day, and I'm actually enjoying myself pretty good. I actually just came here about a few hours ago, and yeah, I'm definitely enjoying myself so far.
Very good. And then something that I just, because obviously I noticed you from across the room, and you know, like growing up with comic books, I know my brother had a few Spawn comics that I would like glimpse through the pages. And so when I saw your cosplay from a mile away, I'm like, wow, amazing work. So I'm assuming that Spawn is one of your favorite comic book characters.
Yes. He's definitely one of my favorites, definitely.
So like this prop right here, this amazing hammer, like how did this come to be?
This come I actually made this. It took about 6 to 8 weeks to make, and you know, a lot of foam. This bandages I had to wrap over and painting and stuff. And the LEDs were actually purchased. I actually had someone actually make the base for the LED, so I had to find a place to put them inside there, and you know, that's it.
Well, it's a pretty impressive prop, and it's It's pretty heavy. It's a bit of a strain just for me to lift it up. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It adds that authenticity of the fact that it's a weapon.
Oh yeah.
So how long have you been cosplaying for?
Oh, how long? Let me see. I actually just started cosplaying since 2020. Yeah, I'm actually still pretty new, so yeah.
Well, I honestly would not have noticed. Like, I would have thought that you've been in the scene for quite a few years, because this is like professional craftsmanship right here.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've always like, you know, wanted to get into cosplay, but it just turns out that I actually really just started in 2020, so yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, hey, it's never too late to start, and once you get into the cosplaying scene, it's always just so much fun and a blast. So, what's been your favorite part of the cosplaying experience so far?
As far as here or just overall?
Overall.
All right, well, my favorite part is, I guess, just walking around, meeting new cosplayers, you know. And it actually feels good when people walk up to you, say, hey, can I take your picture? You know, I took lots of pictures. My first time wearing this Spawn cosplay was at a con called Anime Central, and I took so many pictures, and I actually just felt good that day, you know.
Yeah, I do. Now that I think about it, I did recognize you from Anime Central, because I know that I recognize that Spawn. So I'm like, good to see that it's the same one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the con.
All right, thank you.
All right. Well, this is Gabriel Beltran from Tribe 3 Productions, and this is AnimeMagic.